Star Trek Day, how we doing? Sandwich done. Stream begins right this second. What's up, everybody? How you doing on a Tuesday? How you doing on a Tuesday? Hey, eating a sandwich over here. Just trying to finish a sandwich, maybe eat a little lunch before we go start trekking. Hey! I don't know anything about the IP, but is that one of the characters? We're gonna figure it out. Chat, I'm glad you're here. I'm a little slow today. A little sleepy today, but I'm alive. Up in here with the energy as high as I can get it. I had a sandwich. What else can you do? I've also got some caffeination, but we'll go over that very soon. Jesse, I'm a bologna and cheese kind of guy. I'm super simple. 2 slices of bologna, 2 slices of American singles craft style. Let it rip. Count, what's up? Spec, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see the mods. Roxo, how you doing? I'll have a stream sandwich. I'll have a sandwich stream for you later. Yeah, Jesse, we're gonna get to that. First off, I want to thank the supporters of the channel, members, patrons, all of y'all. Appreciate y'all supporting directly. If you want to get directly rewarded, you can support me directly. Check the description. Also, shout out to the sponsors. Card Conduit, best place to sell your cards quickly and easily on the internet. Packs.com, best place to open digital packs of real cards. Maybe we'll rip a pack here. TCG Player, best place to buy cards online. Dragon Shield, best way to protect your cards in Moxfield. The only place to put your deck lists on the internet. What you are here for today is the Star Trek reveal. Star Trek first look, I should say. May the Spock be with you, Yuyo Alberto. I'm gonna go with Alberto. May the Spock be with you, Alberto. You're here today for the first look at the Star Trek set from MTG. Now, this one was a little bit of a surprise. This was not on my bingo card for July, but here we are. I expected if we were gonna see anything from Star Trek, it was gonna be this Friday when we get a ton of announcements all at once. Because there is a MagicCon Amsterdam this weekend. And the Friday afternoons of MagicCons, they typically have a very large reveal stream where they show off a bunch of stuff. So who knows what's going to happen at that? That's what I was kind of like geared toward as far as new news. But here they are dropping a hot Spock in our lap. New definition. Hot Spock in the lap. Anybody? Chad, if you would indulge me for a second, I'd like to show off a little bit of bling I acquired this week. Before we get going, we got about 8 minutes before this stream goes live. If you know me, some of you know that I had the Soul Stone already. But today, I've added a little thing called the Mind Stone. So we've got 2 Thanos stones down, chat. 4 to go, maybe a gauntlet. 5 to go, we'll see. But we are 2 stones in. Shout out to my good buddy Nerd of the Rings. Go subscribe to Nerd of the Rings if you want the absolute best Lord of the Rings content you can find on YouTube. Sold a bunch of sealed right now during the surge. Sold off 2 boxes of collectors from Marvel that I ended up not opening. Just sold those at cost. Those didn't pop off though. But I'm very excited about that. Oh yeah, that's White Peach. Shout out to Rogue Energy. Use the link in the description below for 20% off using my link at Rogue Energy. Best tasting caffeine in the game. Shout out to Count. He is becoming more powerful. Someone stop him. You can't. If he gets all of them, he can just snap his fingers like this. That's what I'm aimed at. Shout out Count. Everybody, I need to see some crowns in chat for your stream, Monarch. Joining the token creatures for a 28th month? What? White Peach, My dog's name is Peach. Does that count? Which Star Trek series am I gonna watch, Travis? 0 of them. I'm a Star Wars boy. And here's what I think. I think Star Trek overall is going to have better... I think it's going to fit into Magic better than Star Wars would. But I don't think it's going to be able to... Obviously, it's not going to be able to deliver the amount of, like, legends that people connect with. Star Wars is basically about... I mean, those characters are just way more iconic, I think, than any Star Trek characters. And so... Yeah, I mean, I used to prep for UBIPs, Travis, but how much Star Trek is there, bro? All hail. All hail. Let me see some crowns in chat for your stream, Monarch. That's count. Be there. Let's go check what we got as far as packs on packs.com. We got 5 minutes before this thing goes up. Is there... There's gotta be a space pack, right? Let's look at our single pulls. Bow, bow. Space pack, space pack, space pack. Let me get space pack chance in. Oh, Eternities. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Brrr. Watery Grave. Foil Watery Grave. We can do better. Oh! Holy moly. Ice Till Explorer Showcase Fracture Foil. That's pretty good. So chat, I'm able to give away up to $500 of cards per month. Travis, what is this website, man? Travis, what does this website do to me? Unbelievable. That's a pretty sweet pull. That was unexpected. I'm able to give up to $500, 500 coins, which is $1 on the website, of value a month. Should I just give away this as one big giveaway to y'all right now? Or should I sell this one and we do like 2 or 3 giveaways? Y'all get to decide. Give away the Ice Till or do multiple giveaways. Let me see you in chat. I'm not going to do a poll for this. I just want to see if people say, dude, give away the Ice Till or do multiple giveaways. Because this is like all of July's giveaway budget right here. Pretty much. Everybody's like, cool, July's taken care of then. We're good. All right, dope. Yep, sounds good. That's the one for July. We're good to go. All right, chat. I'm going to give away the Ice Till Explorer at the end of this stream. Holy moly. Packs.com is taking chances just like opening collector pack, but I'll tell you, I love the team over there. Anecdotally, I've had crazy luck on this website. Across multiple accounts, too. It's not like they've juiced my account. I've just like... It's crazy, man. Ice Till Explorer. We'll give away this Fracture Foil Ice Till Explorer here at the end of the stream. Let's see if we're going yet. We gotta be close, right? Am I don't Twitch, y'all. Am I on their live stream? Watch now with 1K viewers. I'm very, very strange. Sickest NFT I've ever seen. The thing is, though, is that you can have this sent right to your house, and that's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna have a real Fracture Foil Ice Till shipped to the winner's house. That's how it goes. Is that okay? Watch now with 1K viewers. So I guess that this is it. There's no like waiting screen. Magus, we'll do the giveaway right after the Star Trek reveal. Sabrina says I should Twitch. Spec, man, Muppets in Space would be so good, right? And it's crazy how that, especially for our generation, is such an iconic part of... I'll refresh then. the Star Trek franchise is that parody. All right, here we go. Starting soon. You got Janeway. Oh, here they are. Okay. They're live. We just have to watch this ad. I can pull my music down. Everything I know about Star Trek, I've learned from Red Letter Media. And a few of you are going to understand what I'm talking about, and most of you will not. But everything I know about Star Trek, I've learned from Red Letter Media. Let's get a sound check here. Not you, music. Yeah, Spec, this is the most ads I think I've ever watched in my
I will
in one
note,
sitting.
You may be out in the world right now. You may see Gavin or me on an airplane or in Amsterdam. We're pre-taping this because you're seeing this right before MagicCon Amsterdam, and we're flying or somewhere in the world at this
Here we go,
point
chat.
in time. But we wanted to make sure to get
All
this
right,
out.
we got some Red Letter Media fans in chat. That's like my
So
favorite
to,
YouTube channel.
again, to do all this taped, we have Gavin and Tom. Why don't you tell us real quick what'd you work on the set, and give me a little bit when you fall in love with Star Trek.
Yeah, so hey everybody, my name's Gavin Verhey, principal designer on Magic the Gathering. And I was lead designer for the set. I started working on the set years and years ago. It's been a long time coming, but in a way I've been working on it for a very long time because I fell in love with Star Trek when I was about
TCG
6 or 7 years old. I was watching some episodes of the original series with my dad on our old little tiny TV, and it became a thing we all did as a family together, was watch Star Trek. So I've loved it for a long time, watched the series as they've come out, and I have so many favorite episodes, but I gotta say, my fave is The Inner Light. I love this episode. It is an amazing story telling how Picard sees like an entire life play out before his eyes. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
What are you, Tom?
I'm Tom Jenka. I'm the creative director for Booster Fund and Secret
Count,
Life.
that's
Unlike
good.
Blake and Gavin, I'm
I almost
live,
let that
so
slide by. That's good, Count.
believe what
Live
this
long
is.
and
Pulled that
prosper,
off,
Tonebound.
yes.
I've watched like everything.
Okay, so look, this is what's going to happen today, chat. We got sidetracked.
Some of my favorite
This is what's called a first look. We're not going to see a ton, most likely. They will show us a couple cards. We're going to see some packaging. We'll probably see a lot of art. But this is just to sort of drum up that initial amount of hype, get stores on their orders. The relevant part for us is that pre-orders are probably going to go live sometime between now and the end of this. So on Amazon. So if a couple of y'all want to be refreshing and looking for Star Trek product and letting us know and dropping it in the patron chat in Discord,
The captains really
that would be great.
define the eras of Star Trek.
Let's talk about
And
captains.
so we are going to start with a pair of preview cards for captains. And there's only one place for us to start. It's with Captain James T. Kirk. So,
Nice.
Gavin, why don't you start us
That
off
art looks
talking a little
good.
bit about the design of Kirk here.
In the middle on the
Absolutely.
showcase card.
We knew we had to do a Kirk. Obviously,
Regular
there's
art.
gonna be Kirk
The
in
art
set,
on that
right?
is
The
kinda
Captain's
crazy on that
original
far
series,
left.
One of the most iconic characters in all of science fiction. Here is Captain James T. Kirk.
Classic
Every turn,
Enterprise
you can do a little
Surge
something. You have to
foil.
Make a choice.
Huh.
And when his back is up against the wall, when you're out of options, that's when you get to do all of them, which I think is quite fun. One thing I'll note on this card in particular is the first mode is discard a card, then draw a card, but the drawing a card is not contingent on you discarding. So if you're out of cards, you actually just go up a card, which is really strong. So when his back is against the wall, when he's battered and beat up, like in that first image there, he's ready to go at his strongest. And this is a really exciting red aggressive card.
Yeah, this
I
frame
think
looks
shows
good.
off Captain Kirk in a great way. It's not the only Kirk you'll see
Set
across
symbol
the
looks
product
good,
suite,
too.
of course, but he is a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
And Tom, the booster fund here is gorgeous. What's going on with this classic Enterprise?
Yeah. So for these classic Enterprise.
Oh, I'm
cards,
just
we
noticing
definitely
that
wanted to lean
Enterprise
into
is
this
the
retro vibe.
around the
We
set
did
symbol.
old movie posters.
How cute is that?
Lobby cards, which were just smaller movie posters.
Little silhouette of the ship.
You can see that we leaned into this.
And they
bubble
have the
texture,
higher
like, you
tier
see
of
Enterprise
Surge
there on the
foiling.
Set symbol. And I
Crazy.
personally held one of those Surge cards, and oh my God, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Also getting some of
Is that
these
a chocolate bar?
we got Captain
It is a
Catherine
strange
Janeway
angle, but
here.
it is
we get,
a communicator, I
with
think.
Elkar's frame and the regular. So
And play an additional
let's start
land
with,
whenever
talking
Janeway
about
or
the
another
design
creature you
here, Gavin.
control
Yeah,
enters, that
absolutely.
creature
so Voyager
explores.
fans, of course, Janeway's here. One of the great things I love about this set is it covers all of Star Trek, right?
Explore
so if
is
there's
a
a show or a character
fun
you love,
mechanic for this
decent
set.
chance they're in this set, I'd say, especially the big ones. Janeway is, on the Voyager, out, lost, constantly exploring. We thought, what better place to bring back the explore mechanic? Now,
Appreciate you
explore was something we
subscribing.
actually tried throughout the whole set for a little while.
Hit that like
It did
button
not
if you're
end up
hanging out.
sticking,
Let's get to
but we
that
kept it on
69 like
exactly Janeway in
mark
the main set. So it's
if
kind of one
we
of those cameo
can.
mechanics showing up there. And you could play extra lands, and when you play creatures, you get to go exploring. So it's a pretty good engine as well for your decks out there. Very cool card. And then the Elkar's frame, Tom, let's talk about this.
Yeah, as soon as we saw in the brainstorming sessions, as soon as we saw the Voyager
Star Trek
Elkar's
fans are really
computer
gonna
screen, we
like
knew
that
it was
frame,
gonna
I
be a frame,
feel
right?
like.
And it just really worked perfectly.
It looks
here.
good.
It's a perfect container.
I'll also say one thing we saw both on Kirk with the token and Catherine and Janeway here is Officer's a new creature type showing up in this set. There's a lot of stations
Officer.
to have on a starship. Officer was a good catch-all, so you'll see plenty of officers throughout this set.
Now, what they're certainly going to be looking at are these headliner cards. We are going to take a short, it's not a break. We're going to go to a video. They're going to show you some headliner cards. We're going to come back and talk about it. So let's take a look at this video.
All
Be
right,
prepared for
headliner
something
revealed.
Very cool, and then we'll talk more about it.
All right, here we go. Signature. I knew it, dude. Dude, I knew it.
So that's right. For the first time,
I
in Magic
freaking knew
history,
it, y'all.
these
They
are cards
tested this with
actual signatures on them. And Tom, you,
Mood
my
swings.
understanding, you were actually there when they signed them.
Yeah, I personally oversaw this project.
They tested this with mood swings. Y'all, the headliners in mood swings were signed by Mark Rosewater.
Quite an experience, obviously, for being such a fan.
And if you've heard me talk about it since then, I've been going, that's probably a test for something coming up very soon to make sure that they can knock this out.
He had me hold down the cards. I guarantee you, a lot of these have my fingerprints on them. Sorry. And he signed them, and then my partner Brian Boyce grabbed them. Like, and as soon as that one was grabbed, he was signed the next one. Absolute pros. He's asking about Magic fans, how these cards would show up, all sorts of things. It was a very interesting.
This is very
cool. For Kate Mulgrew, we met her at the Star Trek.
I dig
Convention
this,
in
y'all.
Vegas in
I think that this is a next
We went up to her
evolution
suite,
of chase
whilst
card
we were
of
signing
booster
cards,
fun
she
stuff.
talked to us about recent
I think that
roles
this
she'd
kind of
been
thing is
in,
going to bring
how
a
important it
lot
was
more
for her
people
to be the first
into the
female
game,
captain.
seeking
Cool.
things
And,
like this.
Now, Gavin, I saw that there are 7
utility to
total
the
of these.
card.
Should we expect them all to be captains?
No, we've shown you 2 captains today, and certainly that makes sense for some of them, but they're not all captains. There's some other characters that are so iconic, they had to get in on the fun too. So do a little guessing game, try and see if you can guess who the other 5 are.
They clearly had to be people who are alive and actors, so.
That does help, yeah, that does help. But yeah, there's some fun ones in there, and I'm excited for you to see them all. And it's such a cool
None of
moment
these were
to
signed
get
by dead
to know
people.
that like these actors saw these cards, signed them, and then we get to put them in the booster pack. So that's just incredible.
Yeah.
About how many of them are there, Tom?
So all in all, there's a little north of 200 of each of these
each
out
one.
there.
All right. Okay.
Just over 200 of
let's
each
now,
of those,
so
and there's
something
7.
we don't often do at first look is talk mechanics. We just save those for the debut. But
Oh, wow, we're gonna do
Gavin,
mechanics
when we
today.
were talking about this set, it just became apparent how woven into the fabric of the set. I mean, it's true for a lot of sets and every set in a way, but
Jay Spain, and
how
that's
we just
exactly what I'm
really
talking about,
couldn't
right?
talk
Like,
about
those may not make you feel anything, but the fact now that signature cards are into their system and they can do it when they want, I'm telling you, you're looking at Star Wars stuff, any of the Marvel stuff. Like there is, it just opens up another whole wing of
reconnaissance missions
collector
on the ground.
chase
But a lot
stuff.
of it is not that. And Magic is a game that has a lot of combat in it. So how are we going to tackle this? And one of the notes I've heard the most from fans is how are you going to make those things work together, right?
Yeah.
And I want to show you some of the mechanics today to kind of highlight how we did that.
Yeah.
So let's start with one that's returning that is a great example of a build-up mechanic that makes so much sense for Star Trek. To the surprise of maybe no one.
Absolutely 0 people are surprised to see the Enterprise here.
Right, so you might spend a bunch of time crewing up your spacecraft, which is coming back from Edge of Eternities. This is not the only Enterprise in the set. In fact, I'll tell you the main set has an uncommon, a rare, and a mythic rare. But this is a pretty darn cool one.
3
There's a card
Enterprises.
advantage engine on top of a 4/5 flying.
We're going to be able to
Vigilance,
count
so
the number of
not too
Enterprises
shabby.
against the number of Jaces.
And it really goes to show that build-up gameplay, right? You're like
Card Shop, I'm with
slowly
you.
turning this on over time.
Whether or not
and
these
getting some
Star
cards
Trek
as you
ones
kind of
excite
do
you,
it.
getting
And
a
one thing I'll
Picard
call out is
signed or a
once the
Janeway
creature,
signed
you can
card,
keep stationing
whether or
it
not that excites you, it
flip
opens
the
up a
upper
whole
library,
new
so it
thing
continually
for the
lets you,
game.
pick up new
No, we're
cards
not
over
talking any
time.
Hobbit today, Quinta. This
And
is just
it releases
about
when you
Star
slam dunk from
Trek.
the set, and you'll see the Enterprise as well as many other starships that
One
you
or more charge
recognize,
counters are put on it for the first
here,
time.
because the
Exile top
starships
card of your
in Star
library. You
Trek are
can play that
almost
card
as
this
iconic
turn.
as the characters.
Nice.
There. Now, you were talking earlier about
There's your Prosper card count.
how there's a lot of choices and thinking. And so how did you represent that mechanically?
Yeah, we spent a long time trying to figure out how to bring that to a Magic the Gathering Star Trek
Andrew, what's
set.
up?
And we came along
Everybody
a couple
say-
things
say hey
that
to Card Shop
I'm gonna show
guy,
you
that's
something you
the-
go to today. So the first
My
one I wanna
LGS
show
right
you
there. Good to
is
see you, Andrew.
something you've seen before, but makes a lot of sense here. And that are these modal choice cards. So in Star Trek, you have a lot of decisions you have to make. People are always having quandaries about what they should do. And we figured what better way than to actually have you make those choices. So with the card on the left, set phasers to stun or kill is maybe one of the most iconic lines
That
in
art
the
for
show.
Consider the
And
Prime
now you
Directive
make
is
that
pretty
choice. And
sick.
stun counters are like the
Zoltan
perfect thing for
Boros,
this,
of
right?
course.
Go
Zoltan,
ahead.
quite good.
I was always thinking too with the choices.
Florida Man, this is the last
Boyd,
set of the year.
Spock and Kirk, like they always kind of represented like a single brain.
November?
To me, kind of thinking out loud, making internal
Discussing
choices,
and figuring this out.
Yeah,
So
pre-release is
Tom,
middle
you're,
of
you're
November.
playing the set and you're like hearing them in your head.
Yeah, for sure. Probably not just when I'm playing the set, probably all the time.
You have a Spock on one shoulder and Kirk
yeah.
on the other shoulder, and you're either they're arguing a little bit. So you'll see a lot of modal choices in the set. I love that we brought back flavor words to use on them to really show off what the modes are as well. And so you get to, set phasers to stun
If
or
any of
kill,
y'all
or
are playing
you
that-
can interfere with this
Who's that
planet,
modal
help them
commander
out, or
from
observe,
Thunder
and
Junction?
they get tapped and stunned.
He was a returning commander, built a different way, designed a different way. Modal matters. That deck may get a rare mythic.
I want to pause you there, just
maybe
because I know where
a couple
you're going,
uncommons for the
but
99.
I wanted to, no, I want to go back to the cards because this I thought was a really good place to pause and talk about, the mix of artists for this set. Zoltan Boros has done a ton of Magic stuff, and Tom, I know you worked with a lot of those artists.
Yeah, here he is like doing some of his best, and so it's just worthwhile to mention that like.
Grasshopper, we've been going the
a
white
lot of
shorts
classic
route, dude.
Magic artists are so
Riku,
excited
thank you,
about
Ricky.
some
Oh
of
yeah,
these
just
properties. As soon as
Mick,
they
y'all know who
hear,
I'm talking about.
A property that we're working on.
Riku, yeah.
they're
So
just
that deck
emailing all the
will
ADs
probably
that they
get some
know
new toys
to
from
get
this
on
set
this
if they're
set.
leaning
Here we
into
see
modal as a
Zoltan doing something
specific
here. He's definitely
thing
working
for
on
the
other
deck.
properties. People are just
for the set.
really excited.
This is
to
crazy.
get
We
on
normally
the
don't get
artists.
this
They're
much
very
on
excited.
first look, so this is kind of cool.
All right, Gavin, I interrupted you, but
Yeah.
you were talking about how these choices then were woven more into the set.
It's all good. We love a good cliffhanger episode, a two-parter, as it were. So we wanted to weave these choices more and more into the
Gavin
set.
is good
And we
at
came up with
this.
something new that we've never done in Magic before. That is a brand new thing for this set, and that is calling these dilemmas. So let's go to the next card. So whenever you face a dilemma, and you face a dilemma whenever you pick a mode for a spell or ability.
There's
it can
7
be
of
any
9.
mode
Who was
choice
asking
card
for
in
7 of
Magic history.
9?
It could be the cards we just saw, like Set Phasers 2. It could be the Kirk that we saw as the first card today. It could be Vision Charm from years and years ago. Those
Whenever
are
you
all
face a
dilemmas that
dilemma, you face a dilemma as you
and then
choose one or
something
more modes
happens
for a
when you
spell.
face
So that Riku deck is
And usually if
definitely
it's on
going to
a
get some
character,
love.
It's how that character would act when they encounter some kind of
Florida Man,
challenge, right?
it won't
They're
be
gonna
long
learn
before we get a
themselves.
Final
7 of
Fantasy
9 is
II,
always
if I
about
had to
learning,
bet
acquiring
money.
information, trying to figure out what's going on. And so when she faces a dilemma, she's like, you know what? I'd like a little more information before I make my choice, and that's exactly what she's
That's a
gonna
good
do
note,
here.
Nicholas. I like that
Dilemmas show up
comp. A William
most
Shatner
in
signed
blue
card from the
black
Star
in
Trek
set,
TCG goes
and
for
there's a
around
fun little
400.
way to kind of build a brand
So
new
there's
kind of
value on those cards
Little
even
Twist
in
throws around
games
the whole
without a
set,
ton
but
of
specifically dilemmas show up
utility.
in blue black. And I look forward to players looking back at all of Magic history and trying to find their favorite dilemmas to go and face as they build, say, a commander deck with 7 of 9.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
this
take a
is-
look
this
at
is
our
not in the
next
Riku colors,
preview
yes.
card. We have Hoshi Sato with that Federation ability, Gavin.
Yeah, so one of the other things that's really important about Star Trek, as I mentioned at the top
Among
here, was
non-Borg
that diversity
creatures.
of character and species, right?
Borgs
It's about
are not
bringing a
part of the
crew
Federation.
all kinds of different folks together in one place, and I wanted a mechanic to represent that. So Federation counts the number of unique creature types among non-Borg creatures you control. which is especially notable because in Star Trek, nobody's an alien, right? You will not find the alien type on a single card in this set.
For all my thirsties in the chat, I don't think that's going to be the only 7 of 9 art we get.
In some way.
7 of 9
was a pretty unique way to do that, and it's,
I know that character, and I don't know Star Trek.
A lot of cards from the top of your library.
Yeah.
You might be wondering why the non-Borg thing is there. Well, there's 2 reasons. One is the Borg don't hang out with the Federation, so that makes sense. The second is we had to make sure that changelings did not go crazy with this, right?
Yeah.
If you control one changeling, you didn't look at your entire library. So that was the thing we were pretty careful about, and that's why that's showing up there. There's not a ton of these cards in the set. There's only a handful, but I think it's a good little touch on top to make it feel like you're doing something like building a crew. And
Chris Ross, it's very likely that Amazon pre-orders will go live today. That's kind of what we're watching for.
So those are the mechanics we are going to talk about, but we're not done with preview cards. Not even.
Or mechanics, by the way. Like there are more mechanics in this set.
Technically, yes. This is the mechanics. I think we're going to touch on something
Can
later.
we just show them everything?
We're going to show them as much as we can. We're not holding back. We're holding back some things. But I thought it might be fun. Again, we've talked about, when you started on Star Trek and what your favorite series is. I thought it'd be fun to go through some of the series, somewhat, not all of them. Again, we're holding some things back. But to go through some familiar characters and moments from the series across time. And of course, we're going to start with the original series, Tom, your favorite, and one of your favorite moments.
Florida Man, Final Fantasy did too well for them not to do some sort of follow-up.
Yeah, I love this moment. I love that Spock is not freaking out. He is observing. And I love where we took this moment too from the original series, like the look of it, the look of the rabbit, right?
And for me, one of the fun things was getting quotes on cards, things that you want to say if you're playing a Star Trek set.
Yeah.
Highly illogical was a day one where we have to get that in the set somewhere.
Sure.
And as a counterspell, it's perfect, right? Your opponent plays a spell, and you're like, that's highly illogical.
Yeah. All right, next up, we have a creature that does spell some fear.
Whoa!
A Salt Vampire. This is a wild card.
They got
Tom,
my
give us a little
ex-girlfriend on a
context Salt
card?
I love Nancy here. I love me some good Salt Vampire. Again, we see this in these retro frames here. This is a creature from the very first aired episode of Star Trek. Somebody pointed out to me earlier, not the first film, but the first aired.
Asmodeus, come on, man.
Yeah.
This is
Gavin,
not. This is
mechanically, what do we
not
see
even
with the
nearly
Salt
the worst
Vampire?
looking
Yeah,
UV
this
stuff
card
we've
is
gotten.
very exciting. It's a 2-mana vampire, so vampire fans get excited. It kind of has a Vendelian click style effect, where you look at their hand, you exile one of their cards, and they get a brand new card, plus it's a lifelinker to boot. One of the things that was really fun about the set for me was finding that fusion of Magic and Star Trek. And you've got a vampire in your show? Well, Magic has a lot of vampires. Let's get that in the set somewhere, right? So it's a cool way to kind of blend those 2 things together.
Absolutely.
And I think you can expect to see a lot of Salt Vampires out there on your Magic tables in the future.
Now, we started talking, favorite series, favorite episodes, favorite stories, which, of course, Gavin leads us into.
Sagas. So something that I love are trying to find ways to represent the episodes of Star Trek through storytelling, and one of the best ways to do that in Magic are sagas. So in the main set, there are 5 uncommons and 5 rares that are 10 iconic episodes from throughout the series history. We're going to show you a couple today. You can guess at maybe some of the others. But for this one, it's one of the most iconic shots in all of Star Trek.
Iconic, yeah. This episode always felt like kind of 2 episodes to me. I love, it's such a good one.
Amok time.
And as Spock and Kirk fight each other, and then one of them wins, and it's over, but oh no, the other one is dead. Except,
Defo,
don't worry,
I actually
they're not
talked to
They
Gavin
come right
at
on back.
MagicCon
It kinda
Vegas,
tells
and
that
there's
little
not.
moment from this
He said
iconic
there's
story
not a
right
ton
there on
of
card.
crossover
And some of the
between the
uncommons,
2.
are on the simple side.
Some are
and they're
obvious.
Actually, I tried to keep them
Crew,
mostly
the
somewhat
spaceship
simple
stuff, I
and
mean.
approachable. But there is one that I got
Station.
a little wacky with because I just had to.
This one is wild, yep. All right, let's see our next preview card here. The City on the Edge of Forever, along with its token there. Everybody at home, take a sec, read this, digest it. Real quick.
All artifacts and creatures phase
what's the
out. Create a
story that's
0/1
being talked
white
about
human
here?
creature
Yeah,
token
so the
with
City on the Edge
permanence
of
can't
Forever
phase in.
is, depending on who you ask, the best episode of Star Trek of all time. It is pretty high in fan polls. It's often in the conversation. It is a beloved episode. And
Sack a
I wanted to
creature
capture
token.
that here. And I really wanted to use the phasing mechanic to do it. And they're like, really? Phasing? And we tried a lot of other things and eventually came all the way back to phasing. So you're not going to see a ton of phasing cards in this set, but it is the right thing here. Because in the episode, they travel back in time, they mess something up. The whole world as they know it basically goes away. It's all phased
You don't like
out.
that? You
And
don't
this
like
lady
that token?
Edith Keeler here on the right, if she stays alive, the world will stay phased out as these characters knew it. So as it turns out, despite the fact that Kirk loves Edith Keeler, Edith Keeler must die. And they end up killing her in the end, and everything comes back to reality. So with this card, first everything phases out, and you make Edith right here. Then you kind of look
That
around,
art is
you
so
draw some
funny. It
cards,
just
get
is
some
like,
knowledge,
just
and
a
then at the end, you
lady.
sacrifice
There's a
creature
lady.
token, which could be Edith Keeler to make sure everything comes back.
Yeah, we got Surge Foil, buy my
Heartbreaking.
chickens.
But maybe you're like, I want the episode to play out differently this time. I'm going to sacrifice my 1/1 officer token.
Sure.
And now everything is still phased out, and there's a little mini game around this card. It's a very, very interesting
Yeah,
card,
I
and an
don't know.
interesting answer to artifacts and creatures, a little temporary board wipe. So a really
What do
wild
you
one
want her
play
to
with,
do,
and
Spec,
definitely
like,
a unique oddball. This is by far the
Dynamically
wildest one
be
in the
playing
set.
that piano
I
behind
hope
her?
you all enjoy.
All right. As much as Tom might like us, we can't
The
stick to
standing
original
does
series
look funny.
Forever.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let's take a quick
They're
peek
just like-
around some cards for the next generation, starting with Dr. Becky.
There she is. Crusher's working on something. She's
Yeah,
like, look, I
doctors, of course,
gotta
throughout
tinker
the
with
set.
this.
All kinds of famous
device.
doctors in Star Trek, and this is one that just made so much sense. We came with this design really early, and it stuck
Gaining
almost
life
the entire way
Harmonicon.
through. I believe this was Ethan Fleischer, so shout out to Ethan. It's a life gain trigger doubler, and also it's in Johnny's Pride Mate that gets bigger as you gain life. So a lot of great things players
Exactly,
like in one
Christopher
place.
Douglas. Now you're
and
thinking.
we have a very
That's what I'm
popular
saying.
commander to build around.
Yep. And Tom, there's that L card.
That L-Cars frame, this is so beautiful here, and that's Surge, I'm telling you.
Surge foil. Yep. That is. And by the way,
is-
that is simulated.
Yeah.
When we get closer to the actual release, we'll have some physical ones and some videos and some really cool ways to show off that.
Yes, Spec, I'm with you on that.
Surge foil is very exciting. Okay. Our next generation card, Crystalline Entity. This one's kind of wild here, Gavin.
Yeah, so this is a really iconic moment with this
Whoa.
huge, wild, almost inscrutable creature, Eldrazi-like almost in a way. And like I said, I looked for those areas where you've kind of found that
Whoa.
combination of
Looks
Magic
cool.
and Star Trek.
Yeah.
And when you look at this thing, you're like, this could just be on a Magic card in a set somewhere, right? Like it totally makes sense.
It's an elemental. Yeah.
There's so much to
Bagel
love
and
about
Schmear.
this, and so this is a cool mythic. It's a huge
Anything
board
is
sweeper
better than
creature, which
Bagel
you
and
don't see
Schmear,
all the
right?
time. If you're playing any kind of artifact commander deck, you'll want to jam this in there. In limited, it is a great curve topper. It might even have some standard applications. Maybe
It's
you love,
cool. It's
Urzatroning
just
this
so
out. I
like,
don't know. There's
hey,
kinds of
all
options you could
artifact
do
creature
here.
decks want
It's
this.
a very, very, very cool card, and I love when you find something that is so elegant. It doesn't have that much game text on it.
Yeah.
But you read it and you're like, wow, that's powerful. I think the flavor text, too, from Jean-Luc Picard himself does well to sum up everything going on here.
Absolutely. All right, and next we are going to visit Deep
Yeah, it looks cool
Space
for sure.
Nine with our next preview card, Gavin, In the Pale Moonlight.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine is my personal favorite of the series. I love this one, and I wanted to make sure it had cool saga representation. So this is one of the most iconic episodes as a saga. Make your opponents to sack some stuff, investigate, and then you get the choice. You want to sacrifice that clue token, perhaps, or maybe a creature.
It is
to
funny.
make
Star
2
Trek,
Romulan
like
tokens.
the whole thing
Another
is just
brand
about
new
exploring and
account token
talking,
for a set.
right? There's a little bit of
Now,
fighting, but it's
Gavin,
not
you were
like
saying earlier that we're hitting all the TV shows. When you said it, did you mean like all the TV shows?
Yeah, we got them all in there. Even
they're
the
just like
animated
standing
ones.
there. They're
And
just like
here's
looking there.
something
Like,
I'm very excited about, which is we got Lower Decks, of course, a fan favorite, which is in here.
You're getting some cheering from the booth.
You can't see them. Producers back are like shaking. Yeah. All right, so we got Brad Boimler, Eager Ensign, and Beckett Mariner.
Yeah, so these two iconically are together all the time in the Lower Deck show, and we had to make sure that they were not only in the set, but that they worked well together. So we'll start with the one on the right with Beckett. Whenever she becomes tapped, she sort of works toward her promotion, but it never quite works out. She
This is
gets
interesting.
too close to promotion,
So this is
and,
like-
she does something reckless, it gets demoted a little
isn't
bit.
this only a cartoon?
Brad, on the other hand, when he becomes tapped,
And so
he
this is
increases the
like
number
different
counters
art
that
of
go on
these
his
characters.
creature's
That's kind of
turn.
Final
And of course,
Fantasy.
there are mini counters in the set. +1/+1 counters can go on things. When you station a
There you go, Brad, you gotta build this.
Those kind of counters.
Comes tapped until in
But
turn.
in the case of Beckett in particular, maybe help her get promoted a
And then
little
you plus
quicker
one
than
of each of
normal
those.
and dealing
That's
damage
deal-
to
that's
your opponent. So a really nice
buildable.
1-2 punch. And we loved finding ways for these iconic character duos to come together, especially in limited. You'll note these are both uncommon cards. So sometimes in draft, in red-white, you will just have both of these in your deck. And I think that's a really cool way that these turned out.
Now we also, you know,
Interesting.
with most sets these days, or a lot of them, we do a special bonus sheet. And these often come with reprints that are not standard legal. This set's no different. But I do love sort of the theming and the whole idea behind these star dates cards. So,
Yeah, Travis, I
Tom,
wouldn't
what
want to
is
see
idea
the
behind the star
cartoon
dates?
style
Yeah,
on
for
this.
this collection of reprint cards, we
For the
leaned
main
into
set,
this,
anyway.
Well, first of all, a lot of the
Brad, of course.
properties we showcased the original series and Voyager and Deep Space Nine to a certain extent in big ways. But here we lean into a lot of the movies, a lot of the different eras and episodes over here. We're showing it
Oh,
in
really,
a way,
Matrix?
that
Interesting.
is like kind of a movie poster style, like
Okay.
little vignettes of moments from the movie or a scene to kind of tell a full story. And they turned out epic. The one that we're about to show,
Let's
I don't
show it.
want to
There it
steal
is.
your
Whoa.
It's not. There's no
Yeah.
thunder to steal because the thunder's in the card here.
They went
There's
with-
Khan Engineered Evil, also known as Shoulder of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
Powerful Magic card.
Powerful magic card.
Here's the Shieldred reprint
this version of
that
Khan.
I
We've
just said like 2
definitely
weeks
seen
ago
other
had to be
versions of
coming.
Khan, and, yeah.
One of the really challenging things we had to try and figure out is how did we want to represent the J.J. Abrams movies
Yeah.
in the set, right? How do we want to kind of make that all work? And what we decided is we would not put them on cards in the main set, but we would feature those characters on this Stardate sheet. So that's where you see
Stardate,
all
that's
the
what they're
stuff from
calling the
Kelvin
bonus.
timelines showing up here, as well as some other alternate universes and various nooks and
Yeah,
crannies. And I had a lot
I
of fun
did get
going back through
jump
Star
scared
Trek
by
lore,
the
trying to find
Cumberbatch a
the
little
alternate
bit.
versions of
Wow.
characters that you could do and show. up.
Great reprint. Fans are going to be
Khan
like,
is a
that's
very
the
exciting
wrong
one, but There's all
con.
kinds of cool reprints on this sheet.
There's a lot of these too, right?
There's a good number of these. Yeah, and you're gonna be able to get
It's so
them in,
funny. If you want to play this Shieldred,
right.
you got to play
No, they're
Benedict
totally unlimited, by the
Cumberbatch.
way.
What
Yeah,
it,
so
what
if
it
you
is.
crack Shieldred
It's so
Unlimited,
funny.
congratulations. It's a strong card. You should take
Congratulations.
it.
Yep.
But they're not standard legal.
No, they are not standard legal. Yep. All right. Now, one thing we haven't really talked about is, you know, here in a lot of what people talk about Star Trek, which is
Cumberbatch!
exploring new worlds, seeing things in the
Benedict the
world.
Apocalypse.
But we haven't shown any lands yet.
You know he's a
So
strong
can
magic
we
card
expect
'cause of
some
the
exciting
English
lands in
accent.
this set?
You absolutely can expect some exciting lands, especially one cycle of lands in particular. They're iconic, they're beloved, and you will find all 10 of them here in this set.
Whoa.
They are, of course, the Shock lands.
There they are.
We wanted to show off so many different places that you visit.
Okay.
And the set has all kinds of cool lands, but these are 10 iconic ones that are
What?
here. And it also, I know many folks have asked, hey, with the change to standard rotation, the dual lands are going to be kind of out of sync. And don't worry, these are coming right at the end of the year, so they'll be fully in this year, and you won't have any kind of strange asynchronous stuff happen with the way the dual lands rotate. But these are some of the best dual lands ever made in Magic.
Yep.
They are iconic. And if you look at all of them, you'll see so many cool places from
All right, these
across
are
the
gonna be
galaxy
cheap,
shown
chat.
off,
I'm
as
glad I've
well
been
as
putting
those
off my
flavor
Lorwyn
texts, I think,
Eclipse
are amazing. There's such
pickup.
a wide range of flavor text on these cards that really tell off a lot of
Art
different
on these looks
stories
cool.
from different episodes or different characters. Different
Wow,
series.
shocks are gonna
So
be
Look
cheap.
through them all, enjoy them.
Art
You'll
looks
find
pretty
all
sweet.
10 of these dropping in the main set, which is really exciting.
And as much as I
Wow,
like
these are gonna be
flavor text,
affordable. Holy
we
moly,
decided to
y'all.
do something
Especially if these
different.
get parfait.
with the
Booster fund
We,
versions.
Tom,
Good.
obviously. We
Oh,
couldn't
they
have
just
done
said booster
these
funds for
without
that.
doing
Whoa,
this.
my
So,
God!
No.
Tell
So
us
we-
about these.
So we leaned into the Elkar's
Holy
frame. We got rid of like almost all the text here. We made textless Shocklands. This is the first
Guys.
time ever that we did this. And, I mean,
hang
I don't
on.
Tell you, the art just kind of like shines through.
The
here.
base
And so,
copies are going to be
yeah,
cheap.
very
These
excited
are
to, like,
not.
Crack the seal on this. This is the perfect spot to do it.
These
Well,
are.
and Tom, again, I'm looking at the. You know, to get
Wow,
back to the
I was
artists and
medium on
customers.
this until
I'm seeing
this.
Sam Burley, I'm seeing Cool, I'm seeing like just really classic artists. How do
Holy!
you
I
go
just
about
went from
selecting
medium to
these?
fully erect.
We always look at our legacy artists. We love the legacy artists coming back.
Look at that godless
like
shrine.
Mark Poole.
Look at that stomping ground. Yo.
We can't get
Yo.
enough of him, honestly. Let's clone him.
Okay. All right. Okay.
there's some time
Just when I
travel
thought I was
thing
out,
that we can
chat.
do
Just when I thought I was out, they
No
put
problem,
me
no problem.
back in.
The approach here is.
Oh,
for
dude, these are
lands is
sexy.
just
These are gonna be. These better be in
finding somebody that
Surge
can do
too.
Amazing things with lights.
Surge.
We don't have a character to
Traditional
focus
foil,
on, right?
non-foil.
and that way, this is like
Give us the
specialty
full
for a
treatment,
lot of
baby.
artists
Let's
focusing
go.
on, yeah.
And they won't just come in this frame, but we also have them in Surge foil here. So again, we see the simulated.
They're doing all the
Surge foil
moves,
for
chat.
Brand.
They're doing all the moves. Hey,
The Surge foil with the lighting effects in the art is
ladies and gentlemen, Wizards of the Coast.
So all 10 of them coming in this set. Now,
Hot
Gavin, we always talk
damn.
about Universes Beyond
Y'all, I was
as
sitting there
being
going,
the
I don't know if I want to sit here and try and open collector packs of like Janeway and just shit I don't care about at all. But those now, hang on a second. Hang on a second.
In the next few weeks, but because they're going to be kind of out in the world pretty soon, we wanted to show you some of the unique cards that are going to be in these decks. There are a number
Woo!
of unique cards.
Yeah, Blue,
Two
I'll-
rare
hey,
mythic
look,
in
man,
each deck.
what I try and
We're gonna
do,
show
I
this to
never
you today.
leave
Now,
this
these are not
chair.
meant to be super flashy or exciting if you're a seasoned player, but if you're brand new and you're sitting down and
I
playing
sit in this
Magic for the
chair and
first
I
time,
watch them
it's
make
supposed to be a
Magic
cool
cards.
encapsulation of that character. So here's a
I try
card,
and
for
give my
example,
input
that
on what
buffs
works
your
and what
creatures that
doesn't.
comes into
Products
play.
up on Amazon,
And
chat.
Operations officer that lets you.
If you want to
spread some
pre-order
counters
any
around
of
a little
this,
bit.
go.
We'll kind of step through these a little bit.
Amazon
You see a few cool
pre-orders
things.
can be
We got our first
canceled right
swap
up
that you're
until
gonna
you
see
get
right here.
charged and it
Honestly, draws a card
ships.
every turn, nothing to be too sad about. And then a Q, which is something you'll see, not the only Q you'll see in this set. I'll put it that way. These are not in normal booster packs, of course. You'll not find these in your regular boosters, but you will find them in these welcome decks. Let's pause on this black one for a little bit because it takes a little.
Whoa, look at that Board Queen art.
There's kind of two interesting things going on here. The first are the Borg. So the way the Borg work in
That's
the main
kinda
set
cool.
and also work here in the welcome deck is we treated them kind of like artifact creature slivers.
Hey, Steph, I think you're in the wrong place, dude. I really love this game. I'm sorry that I'm excited about something I love. I don't know why you're wasting your time here if you're not having a good time. Go do something more productive with your time.
Together and share all these abilities, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
And the Borg Queen, of course, giving everyone +2/+0, great for that, and also assimilating. So this is a brand new mechanic.
This is the one that we said we'd come back to.
Yes, absolutely.
Assimilate
This is a
target
unique
creature
one.
card from an
It
opponent's
actually started
graveyard.
off as something just in the commander, it turned out.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I liked it enough that we pulled it for a few other cards because saying
Oh,
the
whoa,
Borg were
chat, look
assimilating
at
things was
this.
just so iconic. So there's not a ton of this made at all. Find some in the Borg commander deck, of course.
We got
But what assimilating means is you take a creature, put it on the
Product.
battlefield under your control, give it a +1/+ counter, and it
Scene
becomes a Borg.
cards,
So you
got a
literally
Divergent
Borgify something,
timeline.
turn it into a Borg. It is about as flavorful as you can possibly get.
perfect.
Vito, what's up,
And
dude?
if you were listening close, you got a little bit of a sneak peek. Not a
It's
surprise one
Amazon.
there.
The link is
There will
Amazon.
be a Borg commander deck. We'll with the rest of the commander decks.
You got this scene.
Surprise.
If you want to play,
All right, we got two more of these. Let's
other
take
famous
a look at
actors.
the red
Hey,
welcome
look.
deck.
we're
Here's
gonna be able to
another
have a
Kirk
Chris.
right here. There's a small
which
power
Chris is
integrator
this?
theme in the main set as well that is expanded.
We're gonna be able to have a whole
And
deck
let's
of
look
his
at a
different
Klingon, the
characters.
Klingon Strike Force.
There's Klingons.
Turns
There's
out.
Klingons in this set.
We put Klingons in the Star Trek set. And then on the green one has a bit of a landfall.
4
theme,
commander
and you'll
decks.
see landfall in the main set as well.
4
We thought it was
commander
actually
decks:
a great
Federation,
flavor
Landing
fit
Party,
for
Klingon
the,
Fury, and We
Star
Are the
Trek
Borg.
Because you're literally going to planets. So you're land falling quite often, and so visiting a lot of places. Perhaps those cool dual lands we saw
Beam Me
earlier
Up
is a
bundle,
thing you'll do. Not in this
regular
welcome
bundle.
deck, but you will do a little bit of landfalling here. And there's a lot of other cool stuff going on with lands. We'll show you.
Chris
for
Pine,
next
thank you. We'll be able to have a
That's
whole
all the
Chris
preview
Pine.
cards we have today.
Here's
but
everything.
This being the first look, of course, we need to
Collector
take a look
edition
at the
commander
full
decks, 2
product lineup and all the
scenes.
cool ways that you can interact with, play
Collector
with, or
packs,
collect this
play
set.
packs.
So, Gavin, tell us a
Holy
bit about what we see
moly.
here on the screen.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool products beaming down with Star Trek, and let's talk about some of them here.
Yeah, but that's
So in
the
top left, you've
second.
got play boosters, of course. And
No,
next
we
to them
got
are
2 Chris
collector
Pine
boosters, where
cards
you'll
now,
have a chance to
y'all.
Open up one of those awesome headliner cards that we saw earlier. Next to those are the pre-release kits. Go down to your local game store and play in a pre-release of Star
Yeah,
Trek.
collector's already
There's 2
gone,
different
Matt.
bundles here, both the normal bundle and a Beam Me Up bundle.
Chris,
You'll find the
grats.
details on all these products on our website, of course, but there's 2 different kinds of bundles for this set.
2-bit, you got it.
Making a
I'm going to tell you
return.
what I'm
Welcome
excited
Destination
about and not
bottom
excited
right.
about. I
But
was
I wanna
not
take a
excited
moment
about
to
anything
focus
I
in
had
on
seen
a
really
few of these
up
products in
until
particular.
those
So let's
shocks.
start
Those shocks are
with
very
Commander
attractive and are going to
So
make
of
this
course,
set
we have 4 commander
good to
decks coming
open on the
out
top
with
end
this
for
set,
people that
both
don't
in the
care
normal
about
version
Picards and
a collector's
Spocks
edition
and
that is fully searchable.
that Klingon guy
I'm
and
gonna
some
tell you
Borg
a
things.
little bit about each
Some
of them,
people are really
starting
going to
from
love
the
that
left
stuff,
to
not
the
me.
right.
CBB's
So on
back
the way,
up
all the way
according to
left, we have
spec.
Federation Fleet, a red, white, blue deck that features the time period of Picard and Janeway and very much that era of the show. Next up, we have Landing Party, a green, white, blue deck that is all about the original series era and really tries to capture not just those characters, but even the aesthetic of the original series. Next up, if you're a Klingon fan,
I don't
we
have
a whole
collector
deck for
boxes
you,
on my
and you'll be doing
screen.
plenty of attacking in Klingon Fury. It is a good day to die indeed with this red, white, black deck. Get in the red zone and attack with your Klingons.
Yeah, Zyrelin.
And finally, last but do not call them
especially if you
least,
love Star
we
Trek.
have the Borg deck, a white, blue, black deck that will be maybe assimilating your opponents a little bit, turning their creatures into the Borg Collective, and uses some of those artifact creature matter synergies we saw earlier. So a really cool mix of decks here and a lot of fun to play. But maybe your friend is new and wants to get into this for the first time.
I do see some comments about can't believe we're getting Trek decks and not Hobbit decks. The thing is, y'all, is that it's unlikely we ever go back to Star Trek.
Experiences we've ever done for Magic.
Unless this just like strangely pops off, and maybe it will. Final Fantasy, the reception of Final Fantasy was a huge surprise. But I think they're probably just trying to pull out all the stops on this because it's unlikely we go back to Star Trek.
Each of these has 6 brand new Magic cards, and they all
Nice
connect to
spec.
make a scene using the art that you see here on the front of the box. On the right, we have Enterprise Q, using one of the most peculiar and wild characters in all of Star Trek, Q, who is doing some real wild shenanigans, and I cannot wait for you to see the cards in this box. They are wacky. On the left-hand side, I mentioned earlier during Stardates that we didn't put the J.J. Abrams films in the main set. They're in the Stardates only, but there is one other place they show up, and that is here in Divergent Timeline. We wanted to give them a little bit more action, and so you'll find 6 cards here for your favorite characters from those movies.
That is everything that we have to show you today. So speaking further down the road,
Got 'em pre-ordered.
we're gonna take a break from Star Trek for a little bit, but for this first look, so that distributors, stores, and everyone can get their
Yeah, we'll
minds
see Vito,
wrapped
but
around
they've still got to do
this
stuff that
set.
sells.
We
And,
should
you know, they'll be able to look at the
today.
sales of Star Trek 1 and
For
see if they should do a Star Trek 2.
Late October. The set releases in November. In the
Yeah, pre-orders are up on Amazon, chat.
Gonna be at MagicCon Amsterdam
I just
this
got
weekend.
two
You know, when you watch this,
Two Star Trek collectors
recording,
pre-ordered.
there's a whole
What
thing
up?
going on here. But we're going to be in MagicCon Amsterdam. There's going to be a preview panel. There's going to be
All right,
so much
so-
going on that weekend.
No, there is no serialization. They're going with
This weekend,
signatures.
that weekend,
And they
all
said that they are doing
but until
just
then-
over 200 of all 7 of the signature cards that they've got for this set. You know, I think it's probably likely, looking at this, we got 2 of these people's signature already. So it's very likely that those 5 people on that key art are among that 7, but there is no serialization. The 2 biggest stories from this reveal today. Number 1, I think Star Trek fans are going to be very happy. I think that people who are fans of human beings sitting around in their art aren't going to be as happy, especially you haters are going to have a lot to point at with this set, unfortunately. We'll see how the gameplay goes. We didn't get a ton. We got some mechanic glances today, but really the biggest story for me is the signature cards, the headliner signature cards, just over 200 of each of those. And that is something that started with a test with that I always forget the name of this game, and it's really fun. My wife and I play it. We've introduced it to a bunch of people and given it away. Mood Swings. They started this with Mood Swings, where they tested Mark Rosewater's signature as the chase in these packs. And when I heard that, I was like, ah, there we go. That is the test. I think that this is where we are going to be going next. And sure enough, we got signed cards in Magic the Gathering now. Yeah, Jank, no worries. Yeah, dude. The other big story besides the signature cards being an official Magic Chase thing now, which opens up a huge lane, y'all. It opens up so many, like, artist signatures on cards, developers, designers, actors, famous people. Like, there's just a lot of ways that could go in addition to everything else. Multiple signatures on one card. Right? Like, who's to say that while they were all there wasn't some hyper rare chase that was inserted where all of the captains signed it, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. It's just one more piece. The cool thing is, and my initial reaction was kind of weird. The cool thing is that they are reprinting all 10 Shocklands in this main set, which is crazy. Because at the end of last year, we had half the Shocklands reprinted. Beginning of the year, we had the other half printed. And I was like, okay, that's going to be the reprint. Here we go. Vito, that's interesting. It does make the Kevin Eastman SIGs interesting. That must have just been done right before they rolled this out. Or I wonder if Kevin wanted to be part of that overall. Yeah. But the Shockland reprints, that is huge because that is going to drive those Shocklands from the $10 range down to the like $5 or less range for base copies over the next year or two. There's going to be such an opportunity to pick up those shocks for all of your commander decks. And the collector treatment textless shocks, baby. And having the surge foil on top of that just means that those are going to be... Oh, sorry, Spec. Those are going to be affordable as well. The base copies and the foils are going to be affordable, and if you want to go all out, you can get some surges. I think there's a lot to be excited about, Travis. There really is. Up until the shocks, for somebody who's outside the IP, there wasn't that pull where I was going to go, well, it looks cool for people who love this IP. We'll see. Now, my reaction to Avatar was that after the first reveal was, well, it looks cool for people of this that like this IP. Good for them. Gonna look awesome. But I didn't really have anything to like grab onto as very excited about. This one's got a cool pull. This one's got a group of cool pulls. And it's gonna be ripe for the farming over the next year or two. So that's it. That's the first look at Star Trek, chat. There is a lot going on this week. We got MagicCon Amsterdam at the end of this week. And that means Friday afternoon, whatever Friday afternoon time is in Amsterdam. I don't know what time it is in Amsterdam right now. There will be the preview panel, and that will be a lot of new news. Yeah, Florida man, I loved Avatar too. Oh yeah, that was the end of my point there, was like I didn't care anything about the Avatar set even after the first reveal, but I ended up really enjoying that set. I thought it was great. And so maybe the same thing will be true of Star Trek. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be a bunch of human beings sitting around in the art, looking at each other and talking about, what do we do? We're trying to explore that way. Should we go that way? That's what Star Trek's about, right? Garage, I hear you. But it's all those tricks they're going to loop in. It's not going to be, oh, thank you very much, Travis. I do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Dom, we were talking about the signatures. I bet it's not going to be long until we have a like cards that are cards, well, like playable cards. They I feel like they always have to be playable. So inserts, like thickness inserts, you know, like baseball cards, they'll do dirt, or football, they'll, you know, any sport, jerseys, things like that. I think that, you know, all of those things are going to be incorporated into it somehow. Trav, I don't know if we'll get 2027 news at Amsterdam. We might get a couple of maybe the first half of the year. Chad, I'm going to give away this Showcase Fracture Foil Ice Tail Explorer courtesy of sponsor PAX.com. Go to PAX.com. You can open up digital packs of real cards and have the real card shipped right to you, just like we're going to do with this giveaway. Make sure you've hit like, make sure you are subscribed, and we will get this Ice Tail giveaway going. Garage, I hear you. I honestly, when I saw the shocks at first, I was like, well, why the hell are we reprinting these again? And then I was like, wait, hang on. This is actually good. Especially if they go with the cooler foiling, and they did it. All right, chat. I wouldn't pay $200 for play boosters of this yet, Gecko. I'll point to the like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles boxes right now. That was a $200 box, and those boxes are like $100. So as far as play boxes go, I would wait. Play boxes have to be readily available because these sets are going to be in standard until the heat death of the sun. Hashtag pax.com. Hashtag pax.com. PACKSDOTCOM. Hashtag pax.com. Yes, I will ship this to anywhere in the world, Axel. Everybody, please enter. Let's get the hashtag pax.com giveaway. Waka, you spelled it wrong. Hashtag pax.com. Spec did it right. We're giving away the Showcase Fracture Foil Ice Till Explorer that I won on a spin today. And we will give this to one of y'all. Hashtag pax.com. Hashtag pax.com. There we go. All right. Are we catching up? Everybody should enter. You enter by typing hashtag chat. Am I there? Am I coming through? I'm seeing way fewer entries than I assumed. There we go. Hashtag pax.com coming through. Type hashtag pax.com. If I win, can I say double it and give it to the next person? One entry's all you need. Justin, that's not the giveaway text. You got to type in hashtag pax.com, and that will get this into your lovely little hands if you are chosen as the winner. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll run this for a few minutes. Only Dalen, that's wrong. Oh. Let's get the religious spam out of here. Jordis, TMNT ruled. I completely agree. All right, hashtag pax.com is how to enter this giveaway. Make it happen. Muscle NTG, if you win this, you want me to sign it for you? I liked the turtle set. It's all good. We got the religious spam out of here. Hashtag, type that in chat. Hashtag pax.com. Just like this. Hashtag pax.com. Type it in chat, and we'll run this giveaway very soon. We'll definitely be doing an Edge of Eternity set again. Matt, I think that won't be the only con we get. I'm assuming that's just going to be for the... for that secret lair. No, for that bonus sheet. All right, chat, we're going to run this very soon. Hashtag pax.com in chat. We'll enter you to win this Showcase Fracture Foil Ice Till Explorer. Look at it. Look at it zoomed in. Look at it zoomed out. Ice Till Explorer. Hey, Steph. I'm going to go ahead and just boot you, dude. It's very strange to me that all you want to do is sit here and bitch about me being enthusiastic about a game that I love and cover professionally. That's a very strange perspective. I hope that you have a better day than you're having. Love you, bye. Oh yeah, dude, Spec. I'm done. I'll give everybody 2. Everybody gets to be like, I don't like this, and I'll be like, you get an opinion, and then you can even be like, I think it's stupid, and I'll be like, you can think that, But after that third one, I'm going, I don't care anymore. I've gotten your opinion. We've noted it in the official record. Vito will see. The source treatment was that Benedict Cumberbatch card we saw. So it's not... They aren't like screen caps from the show, at least. That's better. That's a step in the right direction. It looked like a movie poster for Benedict Cumberbatch's Star Trek The Series or something. But it was interesting. All right, Buzz, that was your 2. Oh, Buzz, you did a little twist on it. Thank you. I like that. See, that actually got you extra points. Now everybody's saying they don't like it. The source treatment frame, Vito? You mean the, like, shading on the letters? Yes, Star Trek, Star Wars. I would say largely franchise stuff is sort of in a backswing right now. Marvel just really, really juiced that fruit. And then overjuiced it with the second era. And everybody wanted to make money, jump in and do it themselves. Makes sense. And it all just exploded. Paramount Plus needed content, so the Star Trek franchise just went insane. And so a lot of that is like pull back towards quality now. We've done a quantity push over the last 5 to 10 years and found the outer boundaries of what people want and what people will put up with as far as quality. And we'll just pretend like, you know, all of the secret invasions didn't happen. Roxo, I think that Marvel is going to be a slow burn. You look at Spider-Man, and they didn't do nearly as much as they did for superheroes. And I bet that whatever the next one is, whether it's Cosmic or Strange or X-Men, probably X-Men, if I had to be a betting man, I bet that the next one is going to have Surge Foil. What is Strange New Worlds? Oh, that's a set. That's a newer show, right? Where it's like back to the old formula. No, Andrew Brooks. Hashtag PAX.com. Hey, Simon, that's incorrectly spelled. I've only got 25 people entered to win this giveaway. I can't believe more people don't want to enter this. This is going to be a good run. Hashtag PAX.com spelled out. Monster Hunter would be a fun, but I mean, didn't we just... Wasn't that the canceled Secret Lair, Vito? Porter, you're welcome. There you go. You're absolutely welcome to get one in there. I want to hear opinions. Wizards wants to hear opinions. I'm very honest. I'm very, very straightforward when I give that survey, when I pass along the Wizard survey to people. I'm like, tell them actually what you think. They want you to be like, I hated this. They will take that into consideration. Hashtag PAX.com. Type it into chat. Hit enter. That will enter you to win. Nope, spelled like this. Danger Zone. I was very medium on it. I don't know the IP. It's not an IP I like or care about. I was very medium on it. I like the push with Booster Fun of signature cards. I think that's a cool innovation that they've now figured out and they will be able to use. They'll experiment with it and they'll do it poorly and they'll do it really well and then they'll find what the medium is. So that's very cool. And that was probably going to be my like totem of excitement until we saw the Shockland full all 10 Shockland reprints. The art on the base frames looks sick. Fits really well with Magic art, period. They've got textless that you can open in non-foil, foil, and surge. Oh, baby. That's not the right way to spell packs, recognize. And so overall, I would say now I am medium plus. Yeah, Trick, I know that there's been a lot of people asking me where I think the Marvel Super Drop is as far as secret layers, and it will be coming, I assume, but we also have to remember that there's going to be 6 of those sets, minimum. And I doubt that they're going to do 6 Super Drops. That would be crazy. Y'all, you're typing in the wrong packs.com. Here is the hashtag PACKS.com. Type it one more time. Hashtag PACKS.com, please. Don't enter incorrectly. Oh, we saw the cool Shieldred reprint with Benedict Cumberbatch staring right at us. I'm easy to bait, Cam. It's not fun to bait me. All good, Cody. Here we go. I'm going to run this giveaway. We're going to call it a day. Hashtag PAX.com. Joel cannot win this giveaway. I think people are memeing too, Mox. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks to PAX.com. Darth Weeaboo. If you wouldn't mind typing in chat, hello, just so I know you're there to claim Darth, please message me on Discord. Message me on Discord. Say, hey, I'm Darth. I've got Ice Till Explorer. I won it. I would like to claim it. How do we do that? What if my name is Joel? Can I not win? Darth, if your name is Joel, you've won. And your name is Joel. Congratulations. Extra energy if your name is Joel. Darth said hello. Sick. Discord link is in the description down below. Once you get into general, if you can't find me up in the top right, somebody can point you in the right direction. We'll get it going on a DM. PAX.com can take a little bit to fulfill this because they're going to find me a nice near minty copy to send to you. So it might be a little while, but we will get your cards to you. Chat, if you've ever won a PAX.com giveaway, message me. I can let you know the status of yours. I know I've got some on the way. I've got some that have arrived and need to be mailed out. Love you all, mean it. That was the Star Trek reveal. Congrats to Darth on winning the Ice Till from PAX.com, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll be live Thursday night to play some Commander.